I think that's running. Okay. So, yeah, no Fortnite right now. What we're trying to do is I'm trying to work out um, whether or not this computer tweak, let's see, drive, thank you, does anything or not. It's full screen optimization is normally disabled for games because apparently it messes with people's FPS and latency. So I'm going to test right now. Sorry, Jacqueline, I'm not playing right now. I'm testing stuff. I'm going to test whether or not this tweak actually does anything. Where am I going? Fortnite Epic Games. Fortnite game. Binaries. Win64. Right. So normally, the normal thing to do for tuning is to basically go in here for each one of these EXEs and go to compatibility tab and disable full screen optimizations. Now, I've run it with disable full screen optimizations for the last couple of years, so I've just done that by default. But when I was doing it, no, so Windows has two things for this. For DX11, which includes performance mode in Fortnite, it has something called full screen exclusive mode. That's for DX11. For DX12, it uses something called full screen optimization mode. So this is basically for so for the last couple of years I've been running on performance mode in Fortnite, and so this really hasn't mattered whether you turn it off or on because you're running performance mode or DX11 and it doesn't make any difference because you're not using Windows 10's full screen optimizations. You're not using them. Use full screen exclusive mode, which you can hardwire in the registry to use, which then lowers your latency and increases your FPS. But for DX12, because I'm now using DX12 these days, because it does have lower latency, I don't care what anyone says, at the same FPS, it has lower latency than performance mode does in Fortnite. DX12 has the lowest latency. If you're not feeling that latency, it's because your computer is not very well optimized and you're getting lots of FPS drops. And those FPS drops cause more latency. So the latency you're gaining in DX12 is overshadowed by the latency you're losing from having big FPS drops because your computer's not tuned enough. So my computer is very tuned. So at the same FPS, so if it's 240 FPS performance mode, 240 FPS DX12, the DX12 will have better latency. Has like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 milliseconds better latency when you're shooting a shotgun than it does otherwise. So I'm going to go through all of that now and show you how I've actually tested it before, and I'm going to install a full NVIDIA the full NVIDIA Experience Center, which has the reflex analyzer built into it, but my monitor has the actual hardware for testing latency built into it, so not everyone can run this. So I'm going to show you this. So I'm going to go through all this benchmark now, and we're going to try it with the full screen optimization on and with it off. So I'm going to leave it on for now, and these are all the same. These are all just default on. So I'm going to install, well, I want to install, yeah, the whole GeForce experience. This is the latest driver. Now, the latest drivers have been on my Windows 10 install, stopping me starting Fortnite. They crash immediately. So I might have to go back to 5.2.7 instead of 5.3.1 here. So we're going to try it on the very latest drivers, but it might not work. So we want a clean installation. That's why I did custom, so it can select clean. This new driver is principally targeted at the 4070 card. That's why NVIDIA has just brought out this new driver. It's got a load Right, we should be back now. So while it was uninstalling the driver, that uninstalled the ability for my Elgato to go from my streaming PC, duplicate the screen over to my gaming PC, duplicate the screen over to my streaming PC. So that's why I lost you there for a minute. So it's now installing the graphics drivers. It disconnected it while it was uninstalling it. Shouldn't take too long. It's usually a pretty quick process on my computer. Work, and I may have to go to another one. We'll see. Okay, let's go. I normally do a load of extra interrupt policy tuning and everything, but because I'm only comparing one setting back to back on and off, I only care whether it makes it better or worse. I don't care what the actual figure it is. So I can do all the tuning. I can do all the tuning in the NVIDIA settings later. I don't really care about that right now. I think I can just probably do that. Probably just do that. Oh God, maybe not. Okay, hiding my screen for a sec. Can you pause a thing? Give me a sec, give me a sec. Elgato video. Hiding that. While I do this. I okay, that should have worked. Alright, I'll put you back on again. Yep. Right, I can now go back to this. Authentication code. Oh, phone 2FA. Backside. We need NVIDIA. Come in. Automatically add new names. Skip that. Okay, so it's found that and that. Good, good, good. Right, so we need in here in-game overlay on settings. I'm trying to remember how I did this last time. Is it performance monitoring? Latency. Configure reflex. Always show reflex flash indicator. Do I want that? Might put that on for now. Can always turn that off later. Is there a save button here, or is it just back? And then there's another one. Where is it? HUD layout. There we go. Performance, latency. I think I normally put that top left. Oh, let's leave it top right. Okay. Okay, back over that. Wait, did I do that right? Performance, latency is top right. Fine, 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 fine. Okay, done. So, the question is, now, will Fortnite start? On this driver. So you can see the performance overlay over the top. You can. I'm trying to remember the shortcut keys. I need shortcut keys to start and stop it. Oh, what are the shortcut keys? Yes, can't remember what they are. Damn it. It's gonna be irrelevant anyway if it doesn't start. Image scaling. What's that? I definitely don't want that. Take all these off. I don't usually run Experience Center because it adds latency. So, as I say, we're testing 2 settings back to back to see whether it works. Is it going to start? Is it going to get past the connecting screen? This is where it normally fails. Is he going to let me in? Or just close? Maybe. Ooh, I think it's let me in. Okay then. Well, we'll do the configuring the Fortnite side of things. Do I want highlights? No, thank you. Skip. Very much. Skip that as well. Right, let's go. Now, Jacqueline, no sending me invites while I'm doing these testing because it'll mess up the tests, please. I'm not playing right now. I'm only testing. 240. That goes to off. Oh wait, we do need to do quality presets. And then this goes to 100. Textures medium, although I have been using high recently. That goes off. And this goes to on plus boost. Okay. Kind of. What have I forgotten to do? That's what I forgot to do. Okay, and then we need to restart because actually I need to do a couple of things. Do I need to put on the flash? Not that one. It is latency markers. Can't remember if I have latency markers on or off for this, or because I'm using. Let's put them on for now, and put them on up here as well. The HUD latency debug stats. Apply and apply. Okay. Right. So I still need to change the flash time. You see, I just saw a flash down the left. There was a box there on the left. Right. Actually, I might just, as these have been set up, I might just do this quickly. Do it super quick. Right, preview. Start with preview. You go performance. You go apply. Once that's applied, you then go to the middle one and apply that. You then go manage 3D settings. You turn off basically, there's pretty much everything's already turned off there. Auto select here for GPU rendering, you choose your GPU. Optimal power, you change to prefer maximum performance. Application control, highest available for refresh rate. And then quality, you change to high performance, and that should be it. Apply. Right. That for that. Then change resolution. Fine. It should be the same. I can turn off. I don't need audio output from my HDMI because I use my headphones for audio input. No scaling, override scaling modes, games and programs. Well, that might actually be breaking with starting up, so we'll have a look at that in a sec. Video advanced, full please, apply. And then video images, NVIDIA, that's it, all done. They are the settings for the best performance. Right, I should probably restart. Should I restart? No, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to restart Fortnite. continuity sakes. Why was that box grey? I need to look at that, and I need to sort out the Experience Center. I'm not going to jump back into Experience Center until this is properly loaded, though. Is it going to get past the screen? Did that crash or did that? No, it worked. Okay. So this is further than I've ever got with this 531 driver. Previous 531 drivers, they just crash out here. Just close the game. Okay. Yeah, skip. Thank you. Right. No, not playing Jack Late. Not the playing. I am the testing. Got it. Right, so if I click, see that black box on the left side? That's the area that it's going to detect the latency with. I need to go here, go into my islands. And we can run some samples. Oh, I'll need to pull up a spreadsheet so I can record these and then compare them. Fortnite settings of benchmarks. We want Fortnite benchmarks. Fortnite. Latency. Latency 2. Okay, so like this. This down. Oh, down. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just creating a chart. Right. One of the downsides to testing this, testing the latency, is you can't use a controller as the input. You have to use a mouse to go plug into your monitor. So the mouse plugs straight into the monitor. The monitor then has a cable that then plugs USB into the gaming PC. So it's measuring the time it takes to click the mouse, go through the PC, display it on the screen. So it's doing it end to end. That's something that you need either a high-speed camera for, or you need the NVIDIA latency reflex analyzer hardware built into your monitor to do it. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm in the wrong skin here. If I got a... I do have a thing here, but... Can I change skins and then start it? I don't know. I suppose it really matters if I'm comparing. So, where do we want to shoot here? We shoot this green thing. Right, see that flash on the left? The box flash left. See that? And I shoot. And then, damn it, I need the details. Oh, I need to actually turn on reflex analyzer on my screen. Reflex analyzer, latency on. Yes, proceed. Right, okay, I've got the... That was a 10, that was an 11. That was an 8.9, that was an 8.7. Shame it's not showing it on the overlay on the top right. How do I get it to do that? I think you can get it to show on the overlay what I'm seeing. Experience center. Then I want settings. Then I want performance monitoring. Yeah. Do we always want this? No, we don't always want this. Clearly, it's got a tiny little box now. It's got a really small box. That's better. Try that. Stop and start. Back. Where is it? Is it HUD layout? Maybe performance. Reflex analyzer. Here we go. That's what we want. Top right reflex analyzer. Okay. Back. Done. Close. Back to here. And the question is, can you see what I can see now? If I click that was a 10.3. Did that come up? Yeah, PC plus display latency. Do you see that over on the right? 10.3. That was 12.2. So you can see now what I can see with the actual built-in monitor, because I've got a number in the top left of my monitor screen that you can't see. But now it's copying that information into the performance overlay, which is what we want. So we are going to start recording these. So this is with, what did I say? This is with it off, yeah? It's 240 FPS with FSO on. FSO on, and then we'll do FSO off. Okay. I'm just filling in a spreadsheet here, and we're going to do 30 tests. We're going to write down each one, and then I know it says the average on your screen, but how do I reset that average? That's a great question. Don't know. So what are we aiming at? We're aiming at kind of this green area here. Yeah. Doesn't really matter because the flash is over on the left, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so here we go. So it's 11.7. Number lock. Go again. Oh, that's a light one. 14.4. 10.8. 9.4. 9.6. 11. So you're meant to do 30 tests of these, according to NVIDIA, to get a decent sample. 8.7. See, it jumps around a lot. That's the thing. 9.9. This is the time it takes to press the mouse and then have it register on the screen. So the little box on the far left to go from grey to white. 8.8. 10.4. And this is where, if anyone sends me an invite right now, it messes up the results. 0.9. 9.9 again. 12.3. 11.1. 9.9. 13.6. That's a terrible one. 10.5. 10.2. No other performance tuners measuring this stuff, by the way. They'll look at your FPS, but they will not be measuring your latency. They go purely on feel. I'm the only one that seems to actually be measuring this. Prithee did a think a bit for some of his games. Other than that, nobody. Probably if you've got to own a 360Hz NVIDIA monitor to do it, which are about £800. 12.2. 7.5. 10.2. 9.3. And another 9.3. Okay, so that average was 10.8. Oh, it actually says it there as well. That's fine. Good. So now I think we need to completely redo that test. Remember where we're aiming, so just kind of about here somewhere on the green thing. And we're going to close Fortnite. we're gonna start it with the Windows optimization thing. That and this. So we need back to here. So each one of these, we go properties, compatibility, disable full screen optimization. I think you only need to do it for this one, but I've seen people say you have to do it for all of these. So yep, all done. Let's double check I did that one. Yep. Right, so we can start Fortnite again now. So full screen optimization is now disabled. The good thing about using an Elgato is streaming now for me doesn't affect the performance benchmarks, because all I'm doing is I'm duplicating the display through another cable into the Elgato, and then that Elgato is then duplicating the display over to my streaming laptop. So all the actual streaming heavy lifting is happening on another computer. So I can stream benchmarks without it really affecting anything. Really useful, that. Why does that say unsupported mouse latency? That's nonsense. Why is that doing that? No flash detected. Is that broken? Maybe I just need to go into a game. Why is that saying no flash detected and mouse latency unsupported? Oh, my neck hurts. Start game. So, why is that broken? That's working, 9.7. I don't know why it's doing that. It is working. Why is it saying mouse latency unsupported? I don't know. Anyway, we're only comparing relative things here. Right, so ready? Let's go. 12.9. So another 30 to go. 12.9. Yeah. 8.9. I suspect it'll be exactly the same. 9.6. 8.9. 11.6. We can do it. We can do FPS as well to check to see if there's a difference for those two. 12.1. 9.1. 12.7. 9.4. 9.7. 12.4. 12.6. 9.5. 11.2. 12.3. 10.3. 9.7. 9.8. 11. 12.3. 11. 12.6. 8.2, that's very low. 9.1. 9.2. 8.9. 8.5. All of a sudden it's got really low. 10.4. 9.6. Okay, that had a strong finish, and it actually made the latency lower at the end. So the average now has gone from 10.8 down to 10.5. I know it says 10.9 on your screen, but I did all those firing at the beginning randomly. So that's interesting. Let's compare FPS. Because if that's the case, I am turning it off. That's worth doing then. If it's gaining you an extra, well, 0.3 milliseconds for when you're firing. Not huge, I know, but still. So let's have a look at FPS. So let's go and settings. And we're going to go unlimited FPS. And what we're going to do, test that. And then we're going to do control that. Wait, have I got this? Oh, I don't have this. Can you turn this on quick? There we go. Show statistics. I don't know whether you can see that top right now. Top left. Right. So let's do this. Reset. I'm going to run this for a minute. Have a look. These are just testing the FPS. So it's currently on 440, 438, 435, but you can see the highs and the lows. I mean, I'm not even moving. I'm just going to point out this and see if there's a comparative difference between on and off. FPS. Unlimited. FPS. Wait, what do you want? Min. FPS. F. FPS max. And low. 1% low. How long have we got? That's 56, 57, 60. Right, I've stopped it. Stop the clock. So what's the results here? We've got 375 for that, 427 for that, 447 for that, 268, and 210. Right, let's restart and do the same test again, but with all the compatibility things off. So let's put these compatibility use things off again. Compatibility. Okay, that's one. Okay, so they should all be good now. Restart Fortnite again. I don't know why it's saying mouse latency unsupported. This is a supported mouse. I know, because it's on the list. I checked. I think I have underclocked this mouse though deliberately so it doesn't interfere with the overclocking of my controller. So I don't care. I want my gaming PC asking for mouse input less often so that it can ask for controller input more often. That makes sense? Give more resources to the controller. Take less away from the mouse. Right, so that. Ba-ba-bam. Yeah, this is not normally the skin I use for performance testing. It's not the best FPS skin in the world. See, do you see that? See that kind of Is that flickering there? And I got rubber banding. What's that about? Start game. So all we're testing is full FPS here. I'm going to look down the bottle. One. Yep. Down the bottle. About there. Let that stabilise a little bit before I kick it off. There we go. It's starting to record. I'll record for a minute. The lows are already looking better. This is with full screen optimization on. Halfway. See, the FPS don't look as good. Ten seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so what's the final results? 383. That's a bit better. Average 429. That's a tiny bit better. Max 441. That's a bit worse. 262. That's a bit worse. 194. That's a bit worse. So the lows look worse. The average is 2 more. 429 versus 427. So not much difference for average. You get a higher max with the full screen optimization off. A little bit. 6 more. Difficult to say there's much of a difference there, to be honest. So, in conclusion, we've benchmarked latency and we've benchmarked FPS. Latency is a tiny bit better with the FSO off, and a tiny bit better 1% lows with it off as well. So I think I'm going to keep it off. I'm going to keep it off. Okay, so that's that. Is there anything else I can benchmark while I've got the reflex analyzer going? Worth having a look at textures quickly? Maybe. Should you do textures quickly while we've got this off? Okay, let's do textures. I want to compare high and medium. All of that. Down here. Textures. Textures. High. Medium and high. Okay, let's reset all of this. Reset all the numbers. I suppose we've done textures medium already, haven't we? Yeah, we've done textures medium already. So I can actually keep the numbers for medium, and then all I have to do is just redo this with it high. Yeah? sense. You don't have to restart Fortnite for this, at least. So if I just do this now. Wait, what was the last? I'm just going to do both again. Let's just do both again. I'm worried that there's too much overlap. Okay. So, what are we on at the moment? We are on textures medium. Yeah. So we're going to do some shooting on textures medium, and then we'll do some shooting on textures high. Let's turn this off for now. Yep. Ready? So let's not count that one. That was way too high. Why is that so high all of a sudden? Right, let's start here. Ready? Go. 12.8. 9. 9.6. 10.4. 9. 9.5. 9.8. 8.4. 9.1. 10. 10.9. 6. 10.3. 9.7. 9.4. 9.9. 9.6. 9.4. 8.6. You get better towards the end. 10.4. 10.4. 9.2. 13, that's not better. 12.5. 8.9. 2 to go. 13.6. 9.3. So that came out at average at 10.2. So let's now change. Actually, before I do this, let's do the FPS quickly for a minute. Anybody watching want me to benchmark something? Let me know. Do, 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 do. 30 seconds to go. I normally do FPS with like a, I don't know, 3-minute or 5-minute replay or something, and replay it with changing one setting and then using CapFrameX to compare the FPS. But because we're just doing this quick and dirty here, just gives us an indication. No, stop. There we go. Right. Min was 304. 427. 438. 254. And 192. Okay, let's bump this up to. Let's bump this up to textures high. See what that does. Should we do the FPS first? As we're here. Another minute. Then we'll do the latency test. Oh, look at those lows. That's not good. That's way worse lows. Although the 1% lows are going up now. They need to get to 254. They are currently on 236. Oh, I'm going on Texas medium, I think. Two, one, stop. Ooh. Okay, so 344. 415. Yeah, this is way worse. I am definitely sticking with Texas medium. 239. 55. Yeah, that's way worse. Right, let me just do the latency ones for argument's sake. Turn that off. Right, let's do the latency test quickly. Right, ready, steady. 10.7. 9.2. 11.1. 11.3. 9.8. 10.8. And it's weird how sometimes you get two in a row. Exactly the same. 10.2. 10.2. See? 9.7. 11. 9.8. 10.4. 11.6. 9.4. 9.2. 11.4. I might prove my point in a minute by changing the performance mode and showing you that it's worse. 9.3. 10.5. 10. 10. 11.9. 8.8. Oh, that counteracted that 11.9. 10.4. Do that. 11.4. 10.8. 10.3. Last one. 9.5. Giving the grand total of 0.2 milliseconds worse on high textures. So I am staying on medium. Medium is better than low normally because it moves. Low uses the CPU a lot more to generate the textures, whereas medium will move some of the work from the CPU to the GPU, which will free up more CPU, which is better because Fortnite's a CPU-based game, bound game, which means it hits the bottleneck typically on the CPU 100% before it will get anywhere near that on the GPU. So the more work you can move over to your GPU, the better normally. Obviously, going between, so I normally recommend medium for a pretty good PC, or high for a very good PC. I would never recommend Epic. Okay. Right, so shall I show you performance mode? Because DX11 performance mode, lower graphics. Yeah, we're going to go performance mode here. I've just realized something. Those... interesting. Remember the first latency tests we did? They were limited to 240 FPS. These have been unlimited, obviously. .240 FPS. Obviously, the higher the FPS, the lower the latency. So I'm surprised these numbers weren't actually even better than that. I mean, we were getting 10.8 and 10.5 at 240 FPS, and we only got 10.2 and 10.4 at unlimited, which was 400-ish. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, we want to be 240. Right. So what were we getting on medium for 240? With FSO off, we were, our target, average target here is 10.5 at 240 for DX12. So let's have a look what performance mode is. Right. Start now. Should be interesting. You'll get more FPS if you unlimit it in performance mode, and you'll get less low drops, which is why a lot of people say the latency is better, because you're just getting less lows. And you can fix that just by tuning your PC. So we are going to take this here. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn the thingy off, didn't I? I need to go and turn that off. Sorry. I need to turn these off, don't I? Compatibility. We discovered that this is better. Marginally, but better. Did that one properly, didn't I? I mean, the other thing to do in here is change this one. Make sure that override is ticked. You don't get any scaling whatsoever. Don't want scaling. No scaling, thank you. Right, DX11. Go. I'm sorry, performance mode, go. So we're going to do exactly the same test. Our target, average target is 10.5 milliseconds. I don't know why it's saying unsupported mouse. Maybe if I installed the full drivers for it, it would. Sure, that does scaling there. Do you see the size of that changed? Right, we are in performance mode. I can tell because if I use the mouse up and down, it's not changing. There's no volume control coming up, down. I'm in full screen exclusive mode, which is should in theory be the lowest latency mode, and it is. But the problem with it is that NVIDIA drivers made them more efficient for DX12 back in 522, and now the latency is lower for DX12. So I'm going to prove that to you. At the same FPS. So we're sticking to 240 FPS here. Dee-dee-dee-doo. Okay. Right. One of them. Aim at that. We'll do a couple of random ones because look, 81. Right. Get going. We'll get to a clip. Right, there we go. We're through a clip. So that's ready to go. Start recording. Here we go. 14.4. Does that sound a bit higher? 10.3. 13.9. 14.5. 13.7. See, it's way worse. It's not even close worse. 13.3. 14.8. 10.5. That's the best one so far. 2.2. 12. 14.2. 12.3. 16.5. 15.2. 13.9. Remember, this is performance mode. It's meant to be better performance, and it's not. 11.7. Oh, make the mouse a bit. 9.5. 13.4. It's way worse. 12.6. Please go away. Please go away. Please go away. Done? Thank you. 13. 12.2. 14.2. 15.3. 12. 12.6. 12.6. 14.4. 15. Right, final answer. Average of 13.3. On DX11, the average was 10.5. So that is nearly 3 milliseconds slower every time you fire. Every time you press your mouse or your fire button, it's 3 milliseconds slower on performance mode than DX12 from where you're clicking to what you're seeing. 3 milliseconds slower. Your FPS might be a bit better. Let's measure that now. Ready? Oh, wait, start that off. But the latency is worse. And anyone that tells you it's not, and DX12 feels laggy, they've got a badly tuned PC. I worked out that every 30 FPS you drop, you lose a millisecond of latency. So if it's 3 milliseconds, the difference at the same FPS, then what? 3 times 30 milliseconds, that's 90. So you're dropping 90 FPS. So you're running at 240, then you're regularly dropping down to 150 for it to feel the same. If it's dropping more than 150, below 150, then more than a 90 drop, then that's when it feels laggier. So you're really bad performance if that's the case. So 240 down to 150 is the difference. Right. So what was that? So we're going to compare that to that. What did I get here? So, no, that's not max, so it's irrelevant. But I mean, the lows aren't great. 160, 0.1% lows, and 189, 1% lows. Still not great. Seriously, move to DX12, tune your PC. That's all you need to do. And then it will be nice and smooth, nice and fast latency. You get the best of both worlds. And you get mobile builds just by doing the same settings as I do. You get flat grass by doing the same settings as I do, all in DX12. So, bye-bye performance mode. Hello, DX12. Oh, that's a big difference. 3 milliseconds. What is that in percentage-wise? I'm curious what that is percentage-wise. So I'll do it up a bit. 10.5. That's an extra 27% latency by having performance mode. An extra 20%, 27%. That's huge. That's not even close to being the same. Everyone should be on DX12 if they know what they're doing. Really should. Right, are we done here? I think we're done here. Can I turn everything off? I think I can turn everything off. Play some games. What do we think? Anything else we need to test? I think so. I mean, look how little my GPU utilization is. Yeah, I need to. If I'm not playing this second, I need to turn all this off, all this stuff off first. Otherwise, I can't play with it all on. So probably take me 10 minutes and then I'll be on. So I'm going to stop the stream. Hope that was interesting for you. Probably not, but it's useful for me and me telling other people what to do. So it needed to be done. All right, bye for now.